In this video, I will break down the top 7 best gaming keyboards this year. I put together a list of options that will meet the needs of different types of buyers, whether it's price, performance or quality. Now, let's get started. Best low-profile gaming keyboard is the Logitech G715 Lightspeed. If you want the speed and slimness afforded by low-profile mechanical switches, the Logitech G715 Lightspeed is the best gaming keyboard you can buy. This is a premium gaming experience through and through. Top means a row of G macro keys for leveraging during battle, dedicated media controls, including an epic volume wheel roller, and even multiple connectivity options. You can go tried and true wired and use Logitech's reliable dongle connection, or store the dongle in the keyboard's built-in compartment and use Bluetooth. This makes connecting to multiple devices a little easier. The G715 Lightspeed has earned a popular reputation but comes at a price. Despite its $250 MSRP, there is no wrist rest, USB pass-through, or premium keycaps resistant to smudging. But in addition to being a top-notch gaming peripheral, the G715 Lightspeed offers a surprisingly good typing experience for a low-profile keyboard. We have tested it with Logitech's tactile low-profile switches for days and haven't felt much extra exhaustion or like we were typing through sand or like we have suffered through on other low-profile keyboards. Best gaming keyboard for enthusiasts is the Wooting Two HE. The Wooting Two HE pushes gaming keyboards in a different direction, and it's our own recommendation if you are an enthusiast looking for the best gaming board you can find. The Wooting Two HE has proprietary switches that allow you to control the pre-travel distance of each key. However, the Wooting gives you a few more millimeters range when customizing the pre-travel distance, from an ultra-sensitive 0.1 mm to a lengthy 4 mm. As an added plus, the companion software has a web-based version, so you don't have to load your PC up with bloatware to customize your keyboard. There are tons of software features to play around with, including not one but 2 multi-input features, so you can dial in your keyboards exactly the way you want for playing competitive titles where every millisecond counts. On top of it all, this keyboard has an analog mode, which mimics the inputs of a gamepad controller and provides very fine control over inputs, making it a great choice if you are also a fan of racing games or flight sims. It's important to note that this keyboard isn't available through any popular online retailers. Instead, you will have to order the keyboard on Wooting's website. Best cheap gaming keyboard is the SteelSeries Apex 3 TKL. For a cheaper option, look no further than the SteelSeries Apex 3 TKL. Its TKL form factor leaves you plenty of space on your desk for sweeping mouse movements, and while most options on this list use more mechanical switches, this keyboard has rubbed dumb switches. These switches are fairly light to press, and they are very quiet compared to most mechanical switches. This switch type is also more resistant to small spills and debris. However, they have a longer pre-travel, so they feel a bit less responsive. The latency on this keyboard is higher than on more premium options, so we don't recommend it for high-stakes competitive play, but it's more than suitable for casual gaming in any genre. It also has some extra features which are rare at this price point, including the ability to set macros to any key, dedicated media keys, and a volume wheel. It has RGB lighting, but the keys aren't individually lit, so you only have 8 customizable zones. If you would prefer a more traditional form factor, there is a full-size version of this keyboard, the SteelSeries Apex 3. It's virtually identical apart from its size, but it includes a wrist rest and is typically only a bit more expensive. Best budget gaming keyboard is the Razer Huntsman Tournament Edition. The Razer Huntsman Tournament Edition is our recommendation for a budget model that doesn't compromise performance. This keyboard is an older model from Razer's flagship Huntsman's lineup, meaning it features exceptionally low latency and gaming-focused optical switches that combine for a very fluid and responsive in-game experience. The Razer optical switches have a linear field with a very short pre-travel distance and a feather-light actuation force. While these switches are excellent for gaming, you might find yourself making more typos while chatting with friends because even a light touch can accidentally register a key press. However, since it's a budget model, it's missing a few extra features found on something more premium models. For example, the Razer doesn't have dedicated media keys, a volume wheel, or a higher than average polling rate, so if you don't mind the more stripped down nature of the board, it's the best bang for your buck. Best mid-range gaming keyboard is the Corsair K70 RGB TKL. At a mid-range price point, we recommend the Corsair K70 RGB TKL. In addition to its outstanding gaming performance, the K70 RGB TKL features excellent build quality with a hard plastic chassis, durable PBT keycaps, and ergonomic kickstands that open sideways, so you don't accidentally collapse them if you accidentally need your board. Performance-wise, this keyboard has a maximum polling rate of 8000 Hz, which means it reports your keystrokes to your computer much more often than most gaming keyboards. This feature contributes to this keyboard's near millisecond latency and provides a very fluid and responsive in-game experience, especially when combined with the light-to-press Cherry MX switches. You can get this keyboard with either classic Cherry MX red switches or Cherry MX speed switches. Both switches feel very light and smooth, but the speed switches have a slightly shorter pre-travel, making them very quick to actuate. This keyboard is part of a larger Corsair K70 lineup that features keyboards of different sizes with slightly different features. While we recommend the 10 kL size here, as it gives you the most space on the side for mouse movement, you might prefer a larger board like the Corsair K70 RGB MK2, which costs a little more but also includes a wrist rest. Best upper mid-range gaming keyboard is the Logitech G715. At an upper mid-range price point, our recommendation is the Logitech G715. It's a playful keyboard with a plush, cloud-shaped wrist rest, pastel-colored accents, and a nice underglow effect from the frosted RGB lighting strip around the unit. Although this board doesn't allow you to change the sensitivity of each key press, the very low latency and overall gaming performance are just as fantastic. Additionally, it's a great out-of-the-box unit that requires minimal tweaking of programming to get it to feel just right. Whether you use it in a wired mode with an included USB-A to USB-C cable or wirelessly with its USB receiver, it delivers a responsive in-game experience with no noticeable delay, even if you're playing competitively. You can get this unit with your choice of Logitech's own GX switches in the usual offerings of linear red, tactile brown, or click blue, so you can pick the switch filling you prefer. And the best overall gaming keyboard is the SteelSeries Apex Pro TKL 2023. The best gaming keyboard we have tested is the SteelSeries Apex Pro TKL 2023. It's also recently been on sale, so it may be much closer to the price of our best upper mid-range pick depending on when you're watching this. This keyboard stands out for having an adjustable pre-travel distance feature, meaning you can set the sensitivity of your key presses or even assign two inputs depending on how far down you press your key. Whether you want a nearly instant actuation point for competitive gaming or a longer pre-travel distance for general typing, you can customize each key individually within a pretty wide range to best suit your needs. This keyboard also includes a detachable wrist rest for added support, which is a rare feature for keyboards of its size. Speaking of its size, if you're interested in this keyboard but looking for an even more compact version to give you the most room for sweeping mouse movements, check out the SteelSeries Apex Pro Mini. Or if you prefer a version that includes a numpad, look no further than the full-size SteelSeries Apex Pro. Also, if you prefer wireless keyboards so you don't have cables cluttering up your desk, most of the Apex Pro boards have wireless versions available. Now, if you're a gamer, you might want to also check out this video here where I show you the best gaming headsets this year. So, I'll see you over there. Bye bye.